Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field, where tonight we get the final game of the Father's Day Dr. Stewart's tournament here at Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field underway. The Roseburg Dr. Stewarts will wrap things up, taking on the Klamath Falls Falcons tonight. Already 3 games in the books. We'll run through some of those scores through you here as we make our way through the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. That is Roseburg Disposal. Coming up here in the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins as we talk about this tournament and why the Ducks find it important to host a tournament like this here at their home site. So we'll have that interview coming up for you here in just a couple of moments. Before we take our first break of the pregame show, though, we did want to remind you that today's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. You can watch Doc Stewart's baseball throughout the summer with us on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score, hit the subscribe button so you can make sure you stay up to date with the latest Doc Stewart's baseball game going on throughout the summer. Video streaming of Doc's baseball is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll go ahead and take our 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. It's Doc Stewart's baseball for you this evening here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we
2-2. It is day one of the Doc Stewart's Father's Day tournament here at Champion Car Wash Field. And final game of the day is going to be your Doc Stewart's taking on Klamath Falls. And we get a chance to catch up with Coach Jeremiah Robbins. Coach, you guys are hosting this tournament here. I know it's become a kind of an annual thing for you guys to try and get a tournament in over Father's Day. Just being able to host these and have this kind of environment early on in the season. You know, what's the goal of doing something like this? And obviously you want to do it year after year. So, it's something that works for you. What's the point behind all that?
Well, I think the big thing is bringing in quality teams that are well coached and obviously been in the game a long time. So I've got some contacts out there. And to bring them into our community, it gives back to our community. Most of all these teams, I believe, are staying in town for the weekend. And, that's great. And then to be able to play these opponents as we go through, I think it's a win-win for everybody in Douglas County. So, it's an opportunity to be at home in a tournament situation. At the end of the year, we play in a tournament that's going to be really important. So to kind of get that feel as you go through playing tournament baseball, I think it's great. You get one game a day, and that's how it's going to be at the end. So that focus, and we're kind of prepping everything like we're playing in a state tournament going through and try to be the last team standing.
You guys have 8 teams here, including yourself. And what do you make of the field? Obviously you want to play tough competition. You got that Fairfield team that you guys saw yesterday that was tough competition. Medford's in there, Corvallis and Salem, a lot of great teams in there. That's just a handful of them. But what do you make of the field, and what have you seen out of teams so far in day one?
Very competitive. The state, and then bringing in Fairfield we got to see them last night. They beat Medford this morning. So they're all really good teams, and obviously knowing their coaches and how they prepare their guys, and they do it the right way. Getting a Corvallis down here, they're traditionally just a powerhouse team, and with Nell, what they've done in their past as well, and then mix a couple of our Area 4 teams in there. I just think it's a great opportunity for everybody involved, not just us, but the other teams to play these opponents, and it prepares you for the grind of the summer and to open kind of opening kickoff for most of the Oregon schools. We've only got 4 to 8 games, and I think Fairfield's an anomaly with what they're doing this year. But anyway, it just prepares you for that grind as you go through.
You guys have this one. You've got Coach K coming up next week down in Medford. You've got Papa's Pizza up in Eugene later on as well. So tournaments are going to be a big part of the season for you guys, and obviously you get that aspect of being able to prepare for what comes up at the end of the year, hosting the state tournament. But are you seeing? I know Area 4 down to just a handful of teams this year, but do you see that playing tournaments like this is going to be more kind of the regular for Legion baseball?
I think it is, and then for us to host this, we could probably host one every weekend.
Yeah.
We get reached out to all the time about doing more tournaments. It's kind of the trend that's going on now. When I played, it used to be, you play double headers and you get as many opponents and do it that way. But everybody's jumping into tournaments, and it's a trend that we need to follow. And, the Coach K one's kind of special for me, of knowing Coach Kinsinger, for a very long time and what he did for Legion baseball. So that's one we really like. This year we're going to Papa's again. That's it. Once again, it's really good opponents. So if you want good opponents, you kind of have to get into these tournaments. Next year we'll get back up to the Corvallis tournament. That's something that Coach Skinner and I did for years. And then when I was the head guy before, we'd go up there. But they're going to get good opponents. It's always about finding the good opponents and preparing your guys the right way. Obviously, going on the road playing tournaments, there's some good and bad with it. The reason with the Eugene Medford one, it's close proximity, so we don't have to stay over the night. So, with hotels and how much that costs and the fuel, it kind of alleviates some of that expense. But there's good teams. I was just looking at the bracket for the Coach K tournament. Man, it's deep, very deep. So that's good. Prepare our guys. Tournaments do that. It's kind of a win-win there as well, playing a quality opponent in a tournament situation, which is going to be the state tournament. So it's good.
Speaking of quality opponent and guys that you know pretty well, today you guys take on Klamath Falls, matchup against the Falcons tonight. What are you expecting in that one?
Competitive baseball. Coach Whistler, once again, known him for a long time. So much respect. Got his boy with me, Jake, and he does it right. He's an old school guy that does it right consistently. Those guys are going to come at us. We got to be ready to go. So we got to play one of our better games tonight, or we'll get kicked down into that 0-1 bracket, if you will, because we're doing pool play in the tournament here. So we got to be ready to go. K Falls is going to come at us, and we got to have a response.
All right, Coach. Best of luck to you guys out there tonight.
All right. Thanks, Joey.
That is head coach of the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, Jeremiah Robbins, joining us here in our Roseburg Disposal pregame show as we count down to first pitch to our final game of the evening. Day one of the Father's Day tournament here at Champion Car Wash Field is brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. We've had 3 games underway already. Earlier this morning, the first game of the day, you heard Coach Robbins mention there that Fairfield takes down Medford in a tight one, 3-2. That is the second win this season for Fairfield against Medford. They beat them once earlier. Medford does have a win against Fairfield early on in the season as well. Also, Corvallis, a 9-4 win over Portland Eastside. And that was the second game of the day today. And the game just before ours here today was the Salem Withnell Dodgers taking on Boss Baseball out of Bend. And in that matchup, it was a 5-3 score. Boss had the game-winning run at the plate in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs, and they could not continue their rally in the bottom of the 7th inning. So your teams that are 1-0 so far in the Thomas pool, you've got Withnell and Fairfield are both 1-0. Medford and Boss Baseball are both 0-1. In the Trask pool, It is Corvallis at 1-0, Eastside at 0-1, and then we'll see how things work out here between the Docks and Klamath Falls to wrap up the day. Day 2 will be coming up tomorrow starting at 11 o'clock in the morning here at Champion Car Wash Field. It'll be Boss Baseball and Medford playing in the first game, followed by Klamath Falls and Corvallis at 1:30. At 4 o'clock, Fairfield and Withnell will square off, and then the Docks in the late game again. They take on Eastside in their final game of Day 2. Then the schedule stays similar on Saturday, 11, 1:30, 4, and 6:30. The Docks will play in the 6:30 game again on Saturday. Docks will take on Corvallis at 6:30. For any Klamath Falls fans tuning in here as the game gets underway, Klamath Falls will be playing at 1:30 on Saturday against Portland Eastside. Then based on how you perform in your pool, you get squared up against a team on the opposite side in the other pool. The number 4 teams face off against each other. The number 3 teams do. The number 2 teams square off against each other. And then the number 1 teams will play for the tournament championship at 5:30 on Sunday. So that is a look at this Father's Day tournament here at Champion Car Wash Field, presented by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. It's Roseburg, Clint Newell, Dr. Stewart's baseball coming up for us here in just a little bit. We are staying on target, believe it or not. It is kind of crazy that a tournament play, and we are about to get this game underway right on schedule. We are closing in on 6:30. Things have gone, I guess, game 2 of the day went a little long, but in game 3 they made up for it a little bit there. The matchup between the Docks and Klamath Falls. K Falls comes in at 0-1 on the season. They've got just the 1 game under their belts as they get things put together. Klamath Falls again this year playing a senior baseball league or senior Babe Ruth schedule, not playing American Legion this summer. That is the second year in a row that they've done that down in Klamath Falls, so they technically are not an Area 4 team, although the Docks will be playing at Klamath Falls for a doubleheader throughout this season, and then they will be hosting Klamath Falls for a doubleheader as well, but those this season will not be league games. Klamath Falls just getting things started. And for the Docks, they come in at 2-2. They lost their game yesterday against Fairfield 6-2. That was a kind of tournament warm-up game between the Docks and Fairfield, and obviously worked out well for Fairfield as they pulled in some momentum going into their game against Medford this morning, winning that one 3-2. So we get ready to get things underway here on the Father's Day tournament opening day of action. We'll have a look at your starting lineups here in just a few as the coaches get ready to exchange starting lineups at home plate. And kind of a special moment coming up here for those that are watching online at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel. You'll be able to kind of witness. Normally we don't pay too much attention to what's going on the lineup exchange at home plate, but this is a cool moment, and I don't remember if they did it this way last year. But assistant coach Jake Whistler will head to home plate to shake hands and exchange lineup cards with his father, Pete Whistler, the head coach of the Klamath Falls Falcons, longtime head coach of Klamath Falls, Pete Whistler. And they will get the chance to do there. Jake is an assistant coach with Jeremiah Robbins at Umpqua Community College. They coached together during the spring season there at UCC. Jake working here in Roseburg. So it'll be Jake and Pete out there, and they get a chance to get a photo taken with the umpires. Longtime umpire Tom Nelson out there as well, so he's probably called a lot of games for Pete Whistler. And I'm not sure.
Father-son combination up here.
Kind of real funky camo unis for the umpires tonight. I like it. But, yeah, that's a cool special moment. Those two get to go up there against each other. Jake Whistler and Pete Whistler at home plate. We're just moments away from getting this one started. Again, you can watch tonight's game streaming live online at 541radio.com. And you can catch it on our YouTube channel at 1490 The Score. We'll have our national anthem coming up here in just a moment. And I don't have the name of the anthem singer. I just met her. She came by looking to get the microphone and everything, but I didn't catch her name. But we've got that coming up in just a moment. Let's go ahead and take our final 2-minute break of the pregame show, and we'll come back with the start of the ball game. Your starting lineups from Cooper's Pest Control coming up when we return after a 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
This is day one and game.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Lynn Ferrer, nice job. The designated home team is the Klamath Falls Falcons.
Welcome you back here to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field as we get ready for Docs and Falcons squaring off tonight in the final game of the Father's Day tournament, day one of action. Well, let's go ahead and meet our starting lineups for tonight's matchup between the Docs and the visiting Klamath Falls Falcons. Starting things off for head coach Pete Whistler and his Falcons, 0-1 on the season. Your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for Klamath Falls: Marcos Eula Ford, the shortstop, lead things off, followed by Mark Carpenter, the second baseman. Batting third and playing in center field is Caden Bolanos. Drew Rabel, the first baseman, will bat cleanup, followed by Jacob Cook, the right fielder. Tyler Harper at third base will play in the sixth position. Owen Sheen is the DH, batting for starting pitcher Nathan Baker. He will hit in the seventh spot, followed by Skylar Doss, the left fielder, and Peyton McGuire, the catcher, will bat in the 9 position. That's your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the visiting Klamath Falls Falcons. Cooper's Pest Control, when you're looking for the best defense, call Cooper's to protect your home from those summer bugs. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins. Call them at 673-0363. On the mound for the Docs tonight will be Ever Lamb, the senior from South Umpqua High School. Was named the Special District 4, 3A Special District 4 player of the year. A first-team All-Stater as well. And will be heading to Lynn Benton Community College coming up next year. Ever will be making his first start of the season for the Docs. Last year, as a pitcher for the Doc Stewarts, Ever threw 24 and 2/3 innings, had a 2-2 record, a 1.42 ERA, 24 strikeouts, and 18 walks. Get ready to get things started. Up first, Eula Ford. The shortstop will dig in to get things underway. The righty Lamb will fire in. First pitch, big swing and a miss. Strike one against Marcos Eula Ford. We'll take a look at the defensive alignment for the Docs here. In the top of the first inning, the 0-1 pitch fouled off for strike 2. Back behind the plate tonight, again, it's Knox Hubbard catching for the Docs. Out at first base, the first time starting this season, coming up from the Pepsi bottle caps, Daniel Withers. It's a pitch high on the 0-2 offering to Eula Ford. Daniel Withers getting the call up here. Doc's a little short-handed. Evan Martin and Austin Takahashi both on the shelf, so they bring up a guy from Pepsi. It's a pitch inside by Lamb, 2-2 count. So Withers gets the start at first. That's Daniel, not to be mistaken with Blake Withers, also on the roster. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, and that's a strikeout for Ever Lamb to start things off here in the top of the first inning. Strikeouts by Doc's pitchers are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Don't let the perfect pitch get by you. If you're tired of waiting months to see a doctor, visit onepeakmedical.com to book your appointment today. One Peak Medical, accepting new patients and is covered by most insurances. One out, nobody on base. Mark Carpenter will bat, the second baseman for Klamath Falls. Time called before the first pitch. So Withers at first, Sebastian Watson at second, at third base Jace Johnson, Cade Johnson at short as a pitch up in the zone is fouled off by Carpenter, an 0-1 count. In the outfield from left to right for the Docs, Eli Jacobs, Carson Dunn, and Braxton Dill getting the start in right field. The 0-1 pitch, low and outside, 1-1 count. Braxton Dill from Glide High School. We've seen him behind the plate earlier this season in the limited amount that we've seen the Docs this year. It's a 1-1 pitch taken for strike 2. But Dill, his natural position out at Glide High School was as a catcher, but he's getting a chance to get in the lineup and play in right field today. The 1-2. Breaking ball, Lamb has got his pitches moving. His second strikeout here in the first inning, 2 away.
Number 11,
That'll bring up Caden Bolanos, the center fielder. Bolanos stand in with 2 away and nobody on base. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1 from Ever Lamb, the right-hander on the mound. The 1-0 pitch, breaking ball. It hits the inside corner for a strike. Ever out there playing with Cade and Jace Johnson, teammates with him at South Umpqua High School, where they won the 3A state championship in baseball. Strike 2 is in there by Lamb. Lamb helping lead the way on that South Umpqua club. They were all playing, actually, no, not Jace, but Caden Ever played in an all-star game last weekend as a pitch outside, 2-2. The 3A, 2A, 1A All-Star Series up at Linfield College last weekend. I did not find out how that went for them. We'll try and check in at some point. 2-2 is outside, full count. Nobody on, 2 away here on a cool evening in the Umpqua Basin, overcast skies. Trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Lamb fires in. That ball is fouled up and out of play, heading to the parking lot. We'll do it again on the 3-2 pitch. Overcast skies overhead. We have seen raindrops off and on throughout the day. It hasn't been very consistent or very heavy, but we've seen them. 3-2 pitch outside for ball 4. Lamb looks down at the fingertips, kind of as if to say, that did not come off the way I wanted it to. Strikes out the first 2 batters. The 3-hitter goes full count and draws a walk. Bolanos on base. Drew Rabel will bat. 4th hitter to the plate here in the first inning for Klamath Falls. 1 on, 2 out. Lamb will work out of his stretch. Misses low with the first pitch. 64 degrees today in Roseburg. A 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed by Rabel. Goes chasing on that one. High and inside. Tried to catch up to it. Did not. Weather today has not been bad. It's been cool. It hasn't really felt like summer, but it's not been bad. Tomorrow could get interesting. Pitch high. Top of the zone, just missing. A 2-1 count for Ever Lamb. 80% chance for rain tomorrow. 60% chance for rain. 60% chance for rain tomorrow. Maybe a drop or 2 on Saturday. Swing and a miss on the 2-1 pitch by Rabel. It's got the 2-2 count. There is a call for some rain, but it's not until late overnight tonight here in the Umpqua Basin. Tomorrow looks like it's going to be wet throughout the day. 2-2 pitch, trying to wrap up the frame, high and inside by Everlam. And once again, he's worked his way to a full count. Pitch count has to be getting up there a little bit here in this first inning for him. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And Everlam will strike out the side in the first, but he did allow one walk. So no runs on no hits. There were no errors, and one man left on base for Klamath Falls. We go to the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Doc Stewarts after this break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Over in right field is number 21.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
We go to the bottom of the first inning and take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's. Head coach Jeremiah Robbins in his 6th year with the team. He will lead off with Carson Dunn, the center fielder, followed by Sebastian Watson, the second baseman. Kate Johnson, the shortstop, batting third, followed by Jace Johnson, the third baseman. Evan Corbin, the DH, will bat fifth, followed hitting for the starting pitcher, Ever Lamb. Dan Withers, the first baseman, will bat in the 6th spot, followed by the catcher, Knox Hubbard. In right field, batting 8th is Braxton Dill, and the 9-hitter is Eli Jacobs, the starting left fielder. So look at your starting lineup, brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control for the Doc Stewarts. They will face off against a big righty on the mound. It is Nathan Baker. Tries to throw a breaking ball, misses low and outside to Carson Dunn. Baker, over-the-top thrower, works in a strike on the 1-0 pitch to Carson Dunn, who comes in today. Carson Dunn batting 143 on the season, trying to get some things going for him. Swings and hits one high in the air out towards left field. This ball's carrying a bit here. That one gets to the fence and hooks foul for strike two. Carson Dunn, for those that watched him during the spring season with Roseburg High School, does have pop on his bat. He did have a home run during the spring season with Roseburg, and he found some alleys here at home at Champion Car Wash Field. So he's got some pop. He's not the biggest guy out there, but when he gets around, he can drill it. He drilled that one, but it just went foul, and he comes back in after the disappointment of not getting it out of here. He ends up striking out.
Number 2, Sebastian Watson.
Swinging and missing at a breaking ball from Nathan Baker. So Baker will strike out the first batter he sees. Sebastian Watson will stand in with one out and nobody on. So Baker on the mound will run through the rest of the defense for Klamath Falls. Swing and a miss for Watson on the first pitch. Behind the plate, catching is Peyton McGuire. On the mound, Baker works out of his stretch with nobody on. Squaring to bunt, fouling it off. Watson, a 0-2 count against him. McGuire behind the plate. Out at first base is Drew Rabel for Klamath Falls. get the rest in a moment here. The 0-2 pitch. Right down the middle for strike 3. And down goes Watson. So the Docs kind of feels weird the way this inning has started. It almost looked like they were going to get a leadoff home run by Carson Dunn. He came back after the foul ball, and then it's been all strikeouts here to start things off. 0-2 so far to start off the inning for the Docs. Cade Johnson will try to snap that. He stands in and takes strike 1 to begin the inning. Starting lineups for the Docs were again brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins. Give them a call at 673-0363. 0-1 pitch to Johnson is high. Johnson in there trying to get the first hit of the game for the Docs. Docs have, he's been the guy that has gotten that first hit of the game a couple of times already this season. The 1-1 pitch, ground ball, left side. It's cut off by the third baseman, Tyler Harper. Gets it to first in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Docs will still be looking for that first hit when we go to the second. So far, it's a scoreless ball game as we are through 1 inning of play. Klamath Falls and Roseburg squared at 0. We go to the top of the second on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
First batter for Klamath Falls to lead off the top of the second inning, number 21, Jacob Cook.
Top of the second inning, Jacob Cook will lead things off. Bats from the left side of the plate. We'll take on Ever Lamb as we start things in the second inning. Scoreless ball game between the Docs and the Falcons. A 1-0 count for Ever Lamb against the 5-hitter. Cook now has a 2-0 count as he takes outside. Klamath Falls, 3 strikeouts in the first inning against Lamb. The 2-0 pitch from him in for a strike. Docs in the bottom of the first against Nathan Baker. 2 strikeouts and a ground out as they go down in order. 2-1 pitch. In for a strike again at the knees. Ever Lamb working down low against Cook. Right fielder, he's a big kid. Big body on this guy. Fouls off the pitch. Back down the left side. 2-2 count. The roster from Klamath Falls. Name, jersey number, and that's about all the info we got there. So going to have to find some time to dig up some info on them. Is out in front of the breaking ball. Cook stays alive. Sent the barrel out there and tried to slow it as much as possible to stay in the zone, knowing that he was out in front on the breaking ball. Big wide stance from the big body right fielder. Doesn't chase upstairs, holds off with the check swing, and he'll have a full count. 3-2 pitch coming up once again for Ever Lamb. Went to a 3-2 count a couple of times in the first inning. He's thrown a few pitches here. The 3-2 is low for ball 4, and Cook will work his way to a walk to start things here in the second inning. Second walk allowed by Ever Lamb. 1 on to start off things in the bottom of the second in this scoreless ball game. Tyler Harper, the third baseman, will step up to bat. Lamb will take a look at first as he goes into his stretch. Fires in a breaking ball that misses just outside. 1-0 count to Harper. Decent sized lead at first base This ball belted out towards center field. Going back, Carson Dunn squares it up. Will make the catch. They got to get the ball in. The throw goes to first. Will they double him off? Yes, they will. And at first base, Jacob Cook, he was all the way to second. He must have thought that ball was over the head of Carson Dunn. Did not pick it up at all and gets doubled off at first base. That'll go down as 8-6-3 for the putout at first. Harper flies out to center field, and the Docs will clear the bases. First pitch fouled away. Strike one to Owen Sheen. Another lefty in the lineup. So that was just a complete misread by Jacob Cook as a comebacker off the mound up the middle. Johnson gets it behind second. Cade fires over to Withers at first, who makes the stretch. And the Docs, with some defense, will get out of things in the second inning. A double play on a deep fly ball to center field, and then a great play by the shortstop ranging up the middle for the final out. Docs retire Klamath Falls after three batters in the second. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Our score is scoreless here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Jace Johnson will lead things off for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts as we head to the bottom of the second inning. A scoreless ball game between the Docs and the Klamath Falls Falcons. Jace Johnson, the third baseman, will try to see if he can work the first hit of the game for the Docs against Nathan Baker, who works in a 1-0 count to a strike. 1-1 for Jace Johnson as we welcome you back here. Today's game brought to you by our friends at Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Jace Johnson got his first start on the mound yesterday against Fairfield. Unfortunately, took the loss in that matchup. He'll start at third base today. Johnson comes into tonight batting .429 on the year. 7 at-bats, 11 plate appearances. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball for strike two. Had gotten somebody bringing up that maybe the video stream wasn't working. Looked like it was. If you are having issues, maybe just reboot it and see how things work. It's a 2-2 pitch swung on and missed by Jace Johnson for strike three. And that'll be the third strikeout of the game for Nathan Baker. One away. Evan Corbin will bat as the DH tonight, hitting for Ever Lamb. Lamb is the pitcher for the Docs to start things off tonight. Evan Corbin takes the first pitch for strike one from Baker. Corbin, 10 at-bats, batting .200 on the season. Stands back in. Long wait for Baker, who works out of the stretch with nobody on. Swing and a miss for strike two. Behind the plate again is Peyton McGuire. Out at first base, Drew Rabel for Klamath Falls. Mark Carpenter at second. Tyler Harper at third. Marcos Eula Ford at short. In the outfield from left to right, Skylar Doss, Caden Bolanos, and Jacob Cook. That's your defensive starters for Klamath Falls tonight. Didn't get a chance to get to him there in the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss on the 0-2. Gets by the catcher. McGuire chasing. Will throw down to first, and he will not make the out. The throw was low. Trying to scoop it was Rabel. He could not glove it. And so a drop third strike will get Evan Corbin on base.
Next batter, number 20, Daniel Withers.
So that goes down, I believe, as a pass ball, would be my guess on that one. So on at first with the drop third strike is Evan Corbin. First pitch swinging for Dan Withers in his first at-bat with the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. He fouls that one back. Withers, a sophomore this spring with Umpqua Valley Christian. They made their way all the way to the state championship game. Unfortunately lost in the 2A, 1A title matchup. Withers getting the call up from the Pepsi Bottle Caps for tonight's game, helping fill out the roster, missing 2 players due to injury right now. 0-1 pitch off the end of the bat for Withers. He'll fall behind 0-2, but he's been showing that he can hold his own as the sophomore will be back in there with an 0-2 pitch coming up. At first base, Evan Corbin. He's the first base runner of the night for the Docs. It comes on a drop third strike. 4 strikeouts in this game so far for Nathan Baker. Both teams still without a hit in the matchup. The 0-2 pitch. Withers pops it up into the outfield. Not very deep. Calling for it. The right fielder will make the catch. At first base, Evan Corbin kind of got some happy feet thinking that ball might have a chance to drop in between 3 defenders. It does not. Right fielder Jacob Cook makes the catch for the out. 2 away. Corbin back to first base safely. Didn't have the double play like we saw in the top of the second inning for Klamath Falls when they got doubled off. I'll bring up Knox Hubbard trying to get that first hit still for the Docs. Knox will take the first pitch on the outside corner. Knox, a left-handed batter. First in the lineup for Roseburg tonight. They've got plenty of left-handed batters on the roster, but not many of them in the lineup tonight. 0-1 to Knox. Swings through the breaking ball. Drops below. And it's an 0-2 count as Nathan Baker continues to dominate the zone and the Docs batters. 2 away with Evan Corbin on at first. He's got a sizable lead out there. The 0-2 pitch. Hubbard takes outside. Knox Hubbard so far this season, batting .429, 3 for 7 so far on the year, a double and 2 singles. Yesterday, the Docs, when they did get hits, they were big as the runner going, and the throw down to second base, not in time. At the plate, that had to be in his ball too. I was wondering if it was going to be strike 3. Umpire, though, says no signal there. Into second base safely goes Evan Corbin. He'll have a stolen base. For Evan Corbin, his first stolen base of the season. 2-2 count with a runner in scoring position now for Knox Hubbard. He'll take outside. So far, Nathan Baker has not allowed a walk. He's got a full count against Knox Hubbard. Bottom of the second. 2 away. Out at second base, Evan Corbin after reaching on a drop third strike. The 3-2 pitch from Baker. Popped him up. The shortstop calling for it. And Eula Ford will make the catch to retire the side. Doc Stewart's unable to get any momentum in the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of the third inning. Still scoreless as the offenses struggle against some top-notch pitching tonight here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field, tonight's game is sponsored by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Leading things off for Klamath Falls with a big swing and a miss is Skylar Doss. Doss is the 8-hitter. 9-hitter Peyton McGuire waits on deck, and then back to the top of the order as time called for the next pitch. So far, neither team able to break through against starting pitchers tonight. Right now, Ever Lamb, who gets a big fastball in, blows it by Doss for strike 2. Right now, Ever Lamb and Nathan Baker, they've been dominant, and they got themselves a pitcher stool going. 0-2 pitch from Lamb. That ball hit the left field, and I talked about it too much. Into left field for a base knock. Skylar Doss heading for second. Eli Jacobs comes up firing, but it'll get cut off by Cade Johnson, the shortstop. And there's your first hit of the ball game. And it'll go to Klamath Falls. A double down the left field line by Skylar Doss. And the left fielder finds himself in scoring position. Nobody out. It'll be Peyton McGuire, the catcher. And now a little bit of strategy here. They call for the sac bunt to move the runner to third. Squaring to bunt, taking high. Ball 1 issued to Peyton McGuire. McGuire again did square to bunt, looking to try and move Doss up to third base. At third base right now, Jace Johnson not playing too far in. At first base, Dan Wither in with his toes near the grass. He takes strike 1, does Peyton McGuire. All artificial turf here, so when I refer to the grass and the dirt and the infield grass, all that kind of stuff, it's all kind of figuratively. It's a pitch high from Everland, misses. A 2-ball, 1-strike count. Newly remodeled Champion Car Wash Field, all artificial turf. The infield, outfield grass, infield dirt is all artificial turf. Is a 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. Foul territory, bullpens, it's all artificial turf all around the ballpark. Helps out with the weather conditions, which has been helpful this year. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3, froze him at the plate. McGuire watches it go by, and a chance to try and possibly move a runner to scoring position up to third base with a sac bunt goes by for Klamath Falls, 1 away. They could still ask Marcus Eula-Ford to do it, but he'll stand in. 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout back in the first. Pitch high and away for ball 1 for Ever Lamb. 4 strikeouts so far for Lamb in this one through 2 1/3 innings. Strikeouts by Doc's pitchers are brought to you by One Peak Medical. 1-0 pitch fouled back. One Peak Medical is accepting new patients, and it's covered by most insurances. If you're tired of waiting to see a doctor, visit onepeakmedical.com to book your appointments today. 1 ball and 1 strike to Eula-Ford, the shortstop. High and inside from Ever Lamb. Out at second base, Skylar Doss. He led off this third inning with a double to left field. First hit for the Falcons in the contest. Still out at second with 1 out. Swing and a miss by Ford. Eula-Ford evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another strikeout here for Ever Lamb would be a big one for the Docs. Ease some of the stress with a runner at second, and he gets it. Another swing and a miss for strike 3. That is strikeout number 5 on the night for Ever Lamb.
Number 12, Mark Carpenter.
2 strikeouts on the night for Eula-Ford. Mark Carpenter will bat. Carpenter also a strikeout victim back in the first. We talked about this yesterday in my game recap story that I wrote for the News Review and 541radio.com. Talk more about that in a moment. Is a sharp ground ball to Sebastian Watson at second. We'll finish off the inning as Carpenter grounds out. Leadoff double goes for naught for Klamath Falls. No runs. on one hit, no errors, and one runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. Still a scoreless ball game between the Falcons and the Doc Stewarts here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
One runner left on base.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
We've hit the bottom of the third inning. Doc Stewart's in a scoreless ball game with Klamath Falls. Leading things off, Braxton Dill, the right fielder. Swung and missed at the first pitch from Nathan Baker. Baker misses with his breaking ball outside, a 1-1 count. He's a real over-the-top thrower. And with his size on the mound, brings the ball in from an interesting angle. And he's been successful so far against the Docs. 3 strikeouts, only 1 back, so they make it 4 strikeouts, only 1 base runner, and that came with a drop third strike. But here's another one. Braxton Dill will get hit by a pitch. That one up near the head, it looked like. I think it might have hit off the back of his helmet. I'm not 100% sure on that one. On to first base, though, goes Braxton Dill. Just the second base runner for the Docs. First one came on a drop third strike, and now a hit by pitch puts Dill on. 1 on, and the 9-hitter Eli Jacobs will bat. Had a double yesterday. Squares to bunt here. He pushes it back towards the mound. Picked up by Baker. Trying to go first at third. Trying to outrace everybody. Sliding in. The ball gets away. Will he get up in time to run? Yes, heading to the plate and in to score. Will come in Braxton Dill. Dill had slid in. He was slow to get up at third base. When the ball got thrown by, you could see Coach Tim Sester at third hollering at him, telling him, get up, you got to go. The ball got by, you got a chance to score. And finally he did. The ball got by enough. A lot of area to roam in foul territory, and Braxton Dill comes in to score, makes it 1-0 Docs, who still do not have a hit. It'll go to the top of the lineup. Carson Dunn will bat. So Eli Jacobs with a sac bunt back to the mound for the first out. That moved Dill to second. Then he tried to take third as Carson Dunn rips one. Hopefully not into somebody's windshield in the parking lot there. So the sac bunt moved Dill to second, but he noticed that third base was open and it was going to be a foot race to the bag. He was going to win that foot race. Then the ball got thrown away on the throw back across the diamond by Drew Rabel, and that allowed him to come in and score. The 1-1 pitch is fouled away by Dunn. Makes it a 1-2 count. So that'll be E3, first error of the ball game for Klamath Falls. E3 that helps bring in Braxton Dill. 1 ball, 2 strikes against Carson Dunn with 1 out, nobody on. He hits a ground ball left side, deep in the hole. The shortstop, Eula Ford, throw to first, will not be there in time. And there is your first hit of the evening for the Docs. An infield single by Carson Dunn is your first hit. And first hits on the night are brought to you by MSK True Value. Every first hit of the season brought to you by MSK. Make sure you don't swing and miss with your next project. Head to MSK True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Tonight's hero is Carson Dunn, getting that MSK first hit of the game. Ball thrown over to first, checking on Carson. He's back in safely. So on the mound here in the third inning, bit of a rougher outing for Nathan Baker on a steal to second. In safely goes Carson Dunn. He beats the throw, and it skips in to Mark Carpenter, the second baseman, covering. And he could not glove that one cleanly. 1-0 count for Sebastian Watson, now with Carson Dunn in scoring position at second base. Jeremiah Robbins telling us before the season started one of the things he knew about this team was they'd have good team speed, and they've been trying to use it on the bases. A 1-0 pitch is low. 2 balls, no strikes. A 2-0 count. Nathan Baker in the dirt, the throw, and then into third base will go Carson Dunn as that ball just got away from McGuire. He got it, but was trying to get in a clear angle, throwing to third base. And Sebastian Watson was not intentionally and not completely, was kind of shielding the throw to third, and McGuire couldn't quite get around him to get the clean angle. So a visit out to the mound now with 1 run in and a runner at third base for Roseburg. 3-0 count for Sebastian Watson at the plate. The second baseman struck out looking back in the first, and he's got an RBI opportunity here.
Hungry or thirsty, go tell them hi and ask them what they can do for you.
The entire infield out there to have a conversation with one of the assistant coaches for this Klamath Falls squad. Coaching staff with Pete Whistler, Craig Connor, and Chris Nybergall. Carson Dunn on at third. Already 1 run in here in the third inning for the Docs, and now ball 4 taken by Sebastian Watson. So runner will get on base again. Docs having the inning they were looking to try and get here in the third. Runners on the corners. Just 1 out so far. Heart of the lineup coming up here for the Doc Stewarts. Cade Johnson will bat. The shortstop grounded out to third base his last time up. Baker's first pitch, low. Runner moving to second base. Watson in safely. So now Cade Johnson with 2 runners in scoring position to try and drive in. One ball, no strikes. Cade Johnson will take in the dirt, knocked back out in front of home by the catcher Peyton McGuire as he gloved that one and kept it in front of him. That holds the runners at second and third. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? One 0 lead for the Docs in the bottom of the third. Here, final game from day 1 of the Father's Day tournament. Pitch inside to Johnson, 3-0 count. Docs trying to be one of 4 teams that start out this tournament with a win. Based on how you perform in your pool is where you'll get seated on the final day of the tournament. 3-0 to Johnson, misses for ball 4. Another walk to load him up here. And a throw back to the mound, got away. But backing up the play, the second baseman, Mark Carpenter, is there.
Next batter, number 16, third baseman, Jace Johnson.
Bases loaded, just 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Jace Johnson, the cleanup hitter, will get a chance to stand in and a favorable opportunity for the Dr. Stewarts. Pitcher's got to come to you here and chance to try and drive in some runs. First pitch low and outside for ball 1. I was going to say this in the last half inning, and I think I got a chance to do it here. I wrote about this for part of my story from yesterday's game against Fairfield. The Doc Stewarts just playing their 5th game of the season. The 1-0 pitch is called for strike 1 against Jace Johnson. Docs playing just their 5th game of the year. Klamath Falls, meanwhile, just playing their 2nd game of the season. So it's still early on for these teams. They're still kind of figuring out their identity for the summer. There's a 1-1 pitch to Johnson. Pulls out one foul down the third base side for strike 2. Meanwhile, yesterday it was Fairfield, the opponent for the Dock Stewarts. They had already played 37 games before they had a 6-2 win over the Dock Stewarts. And obviously that provides you a lot more opportunities for your team to start kind of feeling how they fit together and how they gel. And these two teams here tonight, the Docks and Klamath Falls, they're still figuring out that piece of the game, the chemistry piece, what it's like to play together throughout a summer. The Docks trying to figure out what pieces are going to go where and what pieces fit the best in what situations. 2-2 count for Jace Johnson here, trying to be the big hero in the inning. He swings and misses, chases a pitch outside for strike 3. Johnson will strike out for the second time in the ballgame. That is the 5th strikeout for Nathan Baker. It's a big one, too, with the bases loaded. That's the second out. Evan Corbin will try to see if he can do some 2-out damage for the Dock Stewarts. Last time up, he reached on a drop third strike, so officially struck out, but still was able to reach base. He takes a breaking ball for strike 1. So that's kind of the interesting piece on how things play out for these two teams. Still kind of figuring themselves out. Time called as a ball escapes out of the bullpen for Klamath Falls down the right field side and into play. So nice catch there by the umpire. Throwing in the bullpen on the mound is Gavin Graham. The 0-1 pitch. Evan Corbin belts it in the air out to center field. Playable for Caden Bolanos, and he's underneath it to retire the side. So the Docks load him up. It looked like a big inning brewing, but they managed to get one in on a throwing error, and that's all they'll get. 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 3 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It's 1-0. Dock Stewarts in front of Klamath Falls on 541radio.com and on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
They got 1 run on.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
For Klamath Falls to lead off the top of the 4th inning, number 11, Caden Bolanos.
Top of the 4th inning here on an overcast evening in Roseburg. It is the Dock Stewarts leading 1-0. I'm Joey Kieran. Great to be with you here on this Thursday night. Everlam on the mound, throwing into his 4th inning, will miss the first pitch as he faces off against Caden Bolanos, the center fielder. 1-0 pitch is hit right side, drifting foul just past the catcher out there who's in the bullpen for Klamath Falls with Gavin Graham out there throwing. And that's often you'll see the guy that makes the last out defensively. Caden Bolanos making a catch in center field. Gets a chance to lead off the next half inning and see what kind of damage he might be able to do. So Bolanos at the plate, trying to carry some momentum of getting that final out, trying to turn it into some offensive production. 1-1 count to Bolanos. He'll take high. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Lamb trying for that strike 3 pitch. Ground ball to short. It'll be an E6. Cade Johnson. Hard hit ground ball right at Cade. Took a late bounce up into his chest. He knocked it down, but couldn't recover in time to make the play over to first base. First error in the field for the Docs tonight. 1 on, nobody out. And so Bolanos, maybe not exactly as big as he was hoping to capitalize after the defensive momentum, but he'll make the play to get on base here to start out things in the 4th. Just getting on base, that's what you need. Bolanos takes the lead at first. 1-0 count for Drew Rabel at the plate. Swings and foul tips the pitch for strike 1. Drew Rabel struck out swinging in the first inning against Ever Lamb, who has 5 strikeouts in the ball game. The 1-1 breaking ball hits the outside corner. Nice movement on the pitch there for Lamb. Lamb heading to Lynn Benton Community College next year to go play for the Roadrunners. A lot of success through that program. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Another strikeout for Lamb, his 6th of the night. 1 away with a runner at first. Now looking for the double play ball. Lynn Benton, if I'm not mistaken, I think Lynn Benton just won the Northwest Athletic Conference Baseball Championship. They were put on the ropes early as UCC nearly upset him and knocked him out of the playoffs. Strike taken on the first pitch to Jacob Cook, the lefty from the right field position. Cook drew a walk in the second inning, but was picked off, doubled up on a fly ball to center field. The 0-1 pitch to him, he takes for strike 2. That series for UCC and Lynn Benton here at Champion Car Wash Field in the regionals round before getting to the conference tournament. An elimination game. The Docs could have advanced if they had won it. But it goes, I think it was 21 innings that game went. They had an entire 9-inning ball game that was scoreless through those 21 innings. I couldn't believe when I saw that box score later on. The 1-2 pitch is fouled off, and that catches our umpire back behind home. I think it got him in the arm on the foul ball. 1-2 count will remain for Jacob Cook as we give the umpire a moment to recover after that one. He wears off the arm. So, yeah, that was a 21-inning ball game. If the Riverhawks had won it, they would have eliminated Lynn Benton. Lynn Benton from the postseason, and Lynn Benton went on to win it all. They won that game and then turned around and beat UCC in a second game. And it's kind of crazy how they, it's just brutal to think how is UCC going to bounce back after losing a 21-inning game that could have sent them on to the conference tournament. And then you got to bounce back in the next game to try and keep your season going. Tough spot to be in. While we got a break in the action here, it does look like our umpire going to be all right. Kind of flexing his left hand a little bit there. Let you know that Docs Baseball here on The Score is brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. One on, one out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. It's a 1-2 count at the plate for Jacob Cook after the last foul ball. He'll dig back in. Umpire ready to go. That left arm still dangling for him. Inside, 2-2 count. It's got some bands and stuff on that arm, and I thought maybe at first they were just sweatbands, but maybe there might be some braces there. Maybe that arm a little worse for wear through the years. It's a 2-2 pitch outside. Count goes full. I think no matter what, whether you've got a completely healthy arm or not, wearing a foul ball like that probably going to sting. Full count pitch. Runner is moving, and a hit and run is on. It gets into left field, but they'll only get the one base out of it. Jacob Cook will reach on the base knock. Reached at the outside pitch and just did.
Next batter, number 15, Tyler Harper.
Did a good job of just taking the pitch where it was. Didn't try to do anything fancy. Got the barrel out there, pushed it to the opposite field, and found his way on base with a hit. Bolanos up to second, was running on the pitch. but was only able to get one base out of it because the ball went to left field, and it would have been a short throw for Eli Jacobs to try and get Bolanos trying to get 2 bases out of that one. First pitch high and away, ball 1 to Tyler Harper, the third baseman. Flew out to center field his last time up. He hit that ball pretty well, but the speed of Carson Dunn in center field caught up to it as a strike taken, 1-1 count. One ball, one strike. With 1 out, Everlam delivers. Ground ball foul, third base side. With runners at first and second, Docs have an opportunity to try and turn a double play at any base on the infield. Chase Johnson playing towards the line at third, but back behind the bag. But they're not playing him towards the line in left field. There's a pitch high, 2-2. Kind of interesting defensive alignment here for the Docs. They've got Eli Jacobs playing more towards the alley out in left field, not covering the line at all. Meanwhile, Jace Johnson's right down the line at third base. 2-2 pitch, reached for it on the off speed, fouled it away, able to stay alive for Harper. A couple of defensive swings for Klamath Falls that have been good with the 2 strikes. For Jacob Cook, he was able to work a hit out of it. He's at first right now. Harper kept his at-bat going. Now he powers one out to center field again. On the run, Carson Dunn will circle underneath it. No one tagging, and so no advancement on the bases for Klamath Falls. Back to second goes Bolanos. Back to first goes Cook. And there's 2 outs as Carson Dunn again continues to man center field and cover a lot of territory out that direction. That is 2 deep fly balls by Tyler Harper that have been put out by Carson Dunn. That'll bring up Owen Sheen, the DH, 0 for 1 in the game. Left-handed batter, grounded out to shortstop last time up. It was back behind second when he did it. First pitch to him is high for ball 1. Everlam on the mound trying to get through things here in the 4th inning. Will fire in, strike 1 to Sheen. 2 outs with 2 runners on. An error and a single here in the top of the 4th inning for Klamath Falls. Gotten them runners on and in scoring position, trying to capitalize. A pop fly will get out of the stadium. Foul ball, strike 2 for Sheen. Everlam looks in to the glove of Knox Hubbard. The 1-2. Off speed inside. Backing out of the way. Sheen raising up the arms so that ball misses him. 2-2 delivery coming up for Everlam. Swung on and missed. He'll finish it off with a strikeout. That's the 7th of the ball game for Lamb. And he keeps the Docs in front, 1-0 our score. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error. 2 men left on base for Klamath Falls as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Docs in front looking to add some more runs to their total here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Still a 1-0 lead for the Docs as that ball just a hair foul as we bring you back. One pitch into things here in the fourth inning. Daniel Withers will lead things off for the Docs and almost had his first hit of the season in just his second at-bat. Daniel Withers will head back to the plate after a ball just fouled down the left field line. Some disagreements coming from the stands on that call. So Withers back to the plate as he faces off against Nathan Baker. An 0-1 pitch coming up. Baker with the breaking ball outside, 1-1 count. Docs baseball tonight brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Withers got around at that pitch. It was kind of a high one, chopped at it, hit it down that third base line, and called just foul. The 1-1 sat on it. That ball fouled away. Goes first base side this time into the grandstands. That'll be strike two for Withers. Leading things off for the Docs in the fourth inning. Roseburg with one run on one hit so far. That came back in the third. 1-2 count. Nathan Baker slips as he's firing in, misfires into the turf. A 2-2 count. Docs trying to start out 1-0 in the tournament. And in the Trask division, that would put them equal with Corvallis. Withers waits on a pitch, hits it towards the alley. This might have a chance. So tracking it down. No, it drops out of the glove for the center fielder, Bolanos. Into second, goes in Withers. It looked like Bolanos had it, but he couldn't haul it in. I think it hit off his glove out there in center field. And so that will put a runner at second base for the Docs with nobody out. And Daniel Withers finds his way on base for the first time in a Doc Stewart's uniform. Well hit ball. That ball, this sophomore, big body on that sophomore, and he used all of it to power that one out to deep left center field. One on, nobody out. Knox Hubbard will bat. First pitch in for a strike for Hubbard. It looked like on the mound again. Nathan Baker slipping and sliding just a little bit. The 0-1 pitch, high and away. So 1-1 count for Knox Hubbard with Daniel Withers out at second base. 1-0 lead for the Docs. Pitch low from Baker. 2 balls and a strike to Knox Hubbard. Two-one count. Time called before the next pitch here by Baker. The delivery. Knox gets behind one, well hit out towards right field. That will hop in front of the warning track and roll all the way to the wall. Knox Hubbard into second. He's heading for third as Daniel Withers comes in to score. The throw not in time. It's a run-scoring triple for Knox Hubbard. And the Docs will add a run to their lead. They're on top 2-0 with a man at third and still nobody out.
Next batter, number 7,
here in the fourth inning. Withers easily scoring from second on a ball just smashed out to right field, deep part of the park. And Knox Hubbard got a lot of that one. Chasing it down, Jacob Cook, Caden Bolanos, neither able to get there in time. Squaring to bunt, push it. Braxton Dill, the throw goes to first. The run will score. It's a sac bunt by Braxton Dill to score. The runner from third, Justin Jenks, came in as the courtesy runner for Knox Hubbard, and he will score.
The next batter, number 9, Eli Jacobs.
So an RBI for Braxton Dill makes it 3-0. Doc's on top with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Man, that hit by Knox looked good. You could watch that one sail in the evening sky out to right field. First pitch swing and a miss for Eli Jacobs, the left fielder. Jacobs so far from yesterday to today is 1 for 1. As he takes high, a 1-1 count to him. On the season, he's got 3 official at-bats, and he's got 2 hits, batting .677. But yesterday, he had 1 hit, a double, and 2 walks. Today, he's got a sac bunt. So between 2 games, he's 1 of 1. He hits this one to center field. Pretty well hit, but goes right to the center fielder, Caden Bolanos, for the 2nd out.
The next batter, number 8, Carson Dunn.
So 2 down. Nobody on base. Top of the order will come back up. Carson Dunn batting for a 3rd time. He is 1 for 2 in the contest. Dunn was left standing at 3rd in the 3rd inning when the Docs loaded him up, but could not bring anybody in. Loaded him up with 1 out. Couldn't bring anyone in. 1-0 count as Baker misses low and outside to Carson. Inside, almost grazed the shoulder. 2-0 count. .20 pitch high. 3 balls and no strikes for Nathan Baker. 4th game of the day here at Champion Car Wash Field. Earlier, Fairfield, Corvallis, and the Withnell Dodgers all winners. A 3-0 pitch in the dirt. Nathan Baker will issue a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs and nobody on in the 4th inning. For Baker, that is the 3rd walk that he has given up in the ball game tonight, and that'll prompt the visit to the mound. And we saw earlier Gavin Graham warming up in the bullpen. It looks like it might be his chance to get an opportunity to come in
Okay, we have some time for
and
some
pitch here
cash.
tonight.
$123.
If we do get a call to the pen, it's brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance.
So if you have
Coach will take the ball from
065
Nathan Baker. No, he's going to stay in this game. They're going to send Graham back out to get loose again. So no change as of yet. Tonight's game brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall. They're accepting new patients, so if you're in need of a doctor, or a dentist, I should say, give them a call at 378-6694. That's 541-378-6694. Visit Dr. Randall. Runner going on the first pitch. Strike 1 called. In safely is Carson Dunn with his 2nd stolen base of the night. At the plate, Sebastian Watson takes the strike. 0-1 count. Docs with 2 runs in so far in the 4th inning, looking to add another. Carson Dunn in scoring position. Watson looking for his first hit. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, hits the top of the zone for strike 2. Baker trying to get through things here in the 4th inning. He's got the 0-2 pitch coming up to Sebastian Watson, time called. And it's not time. It is a balk that is called. So up to 3rd base goes Carson Dunn. That is the 2nd straight game that we've seen for the Docs with a balk called against the opposing pitcher. Saw that yesterday. Docs got a run off of that against Fairfield. 0-2 pitch for Baker. Now Carson Dunn at 3rd base. Watson, chance to drive in a run, hits it right side and will do just that. It gets into right field. Jacob Cook will collect it, and that'll bring in a run as Watson keeps the 4th inning moving for the Doc Stewarts. Carson Dunn trots to the plate. 3rd run in. Makes it 4-0. Docs in front of Klamath Falls. And the 7th hitter to the plate here in the 4th inning will be Cade Johnson. First pitch swinging, line drive, laces into left field, gets by the left fielder, Doss, all the way to the wall. 1 run in. And into third, diving head first with the belly flop slide. Cade Johnson gets the triple to score another run for the Doc Stewarts. Sebastian Watson scores all the way from first base. And the Docs add another to make it 5-0 over Klamath Falls. And that is going to be the end of the line for Nathan Baker as he gives up a triple. That is the 2nd triple he has given up here in the 4th inning. And that is the 3rd hit in the frame for the Doc Stewarts.
Okay,
score is 5-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. We're going to have a call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. We'll take a 60-second break and come back with more of the 4th inning on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
513-676, you have a...
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. If you've been thinking of switching up your insurance coverage, get in touch with Chris. With over 10 years of insurance experience, Chris can make sure that you're getting the coverage you need at a price that fits your budget. Auto, home, life, and more. Contact Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. So Nathan Baker is done on the mound, and they'll bring in Gavin Graham, a right-hander, to take over as the lights start to flicker to life here at Champion Car Wash Field. Docs with 4 runs in here in the 4th inning. 4 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error. There's 2 outs for Gavin Graham as he takes over. He'll have a man at third base, and he'll face the cleanup hitter, Jace Johnson. Cade Johnson with the run-scoring triple to left field. Had a lot of speed behind it and just got by Skylar Doss out there. He had to chase it all the way to the wall. That allowed Cade Johnson to race around the bags.
Number 16, Jace Johnson.
It'll be Jace Johnson to stand in. 0 for 2 in the game with a couple of strikeouts, both against Nathan Baker. He'll be the first man to face the new pitcher, Gavin Graham. Graham's first pitch is a breaking ball outside, gets away, charging to the plate, the throw not in time, and Cade Johnson will score from third on the wild pitch to make it 6-0. Docs in front. So the wild pitch brings in a run, and that'll close the book on Nathan Baker. At the plate, Jace Johnson now bats with the bases empty. A 1-0 pitch from Graham. Another breaking ball outside. Misses for a 2-0 count. Got to imagine there's a part of Jace Johnson, maybe in the recesses of his mind, that he doesn't even recognize right now, that he's saying, thanks a lot, cuz. Cade Johnson, his cousin, coming in to score on a wild pitch. That takes away the RBI opportunity for Jace Johnson. 3-0 count here for Jace. As Gavin Graham trying to wrap things up in the 4th for Klamath Falls. He does get a strike across. Jace might have thought that was ball 4. stays at the plate. Lights coming to life, starting to fill up the diamond. So clouds overhead have blocked out the sun here today. 3-1 pitch is ball 4, and a walk issued to Jace Johnson on the first batter faced by Gavin Graham. 4th walk of the day for the Docs pitchers, or Docs batters, I should say.
Next batter, number
So
12,
5
Corbin.
runs total here in the 4th inning so far, and 1 back in the 3rd. That's 6 runs total against Nathan Baker. Man at first with 2 outs. First pitch misses again. So final book on Nathan Baker, 3 2/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Baker in line for the loss. Strike taken, a 1-1 count for Gavin Graham. Graham will take a look over to first base, checking on Jace Johnson. Evan Corbin at the plate. The 1-1 pitch fouled back for strike 2. Evan Corbin is the 9th batter to hit here in the 4th inning for the Docs. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. You can book your travel plans with their travel experts, located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. One, 2. Corbin fouls it off, fights that one away towards the concession stand. There is a young boy over there playing around some ball over on the gravel field over that direction by the Newell family hitting facility. That foul ball whizzed up by the netting and almost got him. That was a little scary there. The 1-2. Swung on and missed by Corbin. He'll go down with the strikeout on the breaking ball. First punch out for Gavin Graham as he comes on in relief, and he will get Klamath Falls out of the 4th inning. But the Docs strike, scoring 5 times here in the 4th inning. 5 runs come in on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Docs in front on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Come back for the top of the 5th inning, a 6-0 lead for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. On the mound, Ever Lamb throwing to Skylar Doss. First pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Taking a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Shop local, shop Garrettson Building Supply for all your home improvement and outdoor living needs. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for 99 years. The scoreboard for our ball game going on right now. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for Klamath Falls. 6 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for the Doc Stewarts. Docs with 1 run in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th for their 6-0 lead as a strike called against Skylar Doss. A 1-1 count. Bounces in, 2 balls and a strike. Earlier in the tournament today, it was Fairfield beating Medford 3-2. Corvallis down to Portland Eastside 9-4, and the Whitnell Dodgers out of Salem beat the Boss baseball team out of Bend by a score of 5-3. 2-1 pitch that goes to 3-1. Missing high and inside for Everlam. Swing and a miss. He battles his way back into the at-bat with a strike. Nice crowd filtering in here on the Thursday night. I imagine the rest of the weekend might look all right. The weather's not great, unfortunately. It's strike 3 called on the outside corner. Doss goes down looking. Skylar Doss had a double back in the third, but he goes down looking here. 8th strikeout of the game for Everlam. Strikeouts are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Visit onepeakmedical.com. The 9-hitter Peyton McGuire will bat. He struck out looking back in the third. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. If you're planning on coming out for some of the games throughout the tournament, is a strike taken, a 1-1 count to McGuire. Coming up tomorrow, they've got a free raffle. Make sure you visit the souvenir booth to pick up a free raffle ticket. As a ground ball chopper, third base side. Jace charging in, throws to first. Got it there in time. Is stretching up top. Daniel Withers able to get to the baseball before Peyton McGuire beats out the throw. 5-3 the put out, 2 down, bases empty. Johnson charging in. Took an extra second to get it out of his glove, but he was able to fire it over to Withers on target enough to get it there in time. First pitch high to the leadoff man, Marcos Eula Ford, who was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. The 1-0 pitch hits the outside corner. So they've got raffles going on every day. You can visit the souvenir booth for a free raffle ticket. Tomorrow you got a chance to win a 1-month free at Downtown Fitness as a ball gets in for a hit to left field. Eula Ford will have his first hit of the game. Just the third of the game for Klamath Falls. And that'll extend things in the fifth for Everlam, 1 on and 2 away. So again, tomorrow the raffle, 1 month free at Downtown Fitness and 2 free meals at Rappin' and Rollin'. And they'll draw the winner in the 5th inning of the Docks game tomorrow night. Underhand flip to first as Mark Carpenter will hit a comebacker to the mound. Everlam fields and makes the play to retire the side. A 2-out single for Marcus Eula Ford. The only damage done, no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors and 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Docks lead 6-0 on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Ticket number.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 6-0 Docks in front. And all games in the tournament will be 7-inning games. They do have a 2-hour time limit, so no new innings will be played after 2 hours in the tourney. And Docks got started right at 6:30, so 8:30 would be our time limit for this one. Been moving along pretty good. Bottom of the 5th here, leading things off. Daniel Withers at the plate for a second consecutive leadoff at bat. The 1-0 pitch to him hits the outside corner for strike 1. So I did check. The Docks put it down on their Game Changer app. The Docks had it listed as an error on that hit to start off things in the 4th inning, last half inning. It's a 1-1 pitch outside from Gavin Graham, the reliever, who's come in for Klamath Falls. He falls behind 2 balls to 1 strike. So Daniel Withers still looking for his first hit as a Dr. Stewart as they ruled that an error down in the dugout for the Docs. 2-1 pitch, misses low. I'll go on their side of things. That was a tough play. It might have hit off the glove in center field for Bolanos, but long way to get to that ball. But I'll go with what they say in the dugout because those are the stats I use from their game changers, so just want everything to be accurate. So Withers, a 3-1 pitch coming up. Puts one out towards center field again. This will be more playable for Bolanos, and he makes the catch to retire the leadoff man for the Docs. One down. It'll be Knox Hubbard to bat, who had a big hit in the fourth inning, a triple to right field that brought in a run. So unfortunately for Withers there, he's still seeking that first hit. He's 0 for 3 in the game. He smashed that ball to center field. Bolanos had a long way to get to it, but it looked like he had it, was going to make a great play. And then all of a sudden I saw the ball trickling down by his feet. First pitch low and outside to Knox Hubbard, a 1-0 count. So it was quite surprising there to see that ball ended up getting loose on the turf because I thought for sure he had tracked it down. A 1-0 pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes to Knox Hubbard. Docs went through the lineup in the fourth inning, so that's why Withers gets to lead off an inning for a second consecutive at-bat. 2-0 pitch from Graham. Outside, count goes to 3-0. He's trying to look and see if there was a 10-run mercy rule in effect for the tournament. But they don't have anything listed on the tournament schedule that I saw, so that's where all the tournament rules seem to be listed. As a 3-0 pitch is called for a strike. Hubbard still at the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. High and away, ball 4. Knox Hubbard on base for a second time. 5th walk issued by the pitching staff for Klamath Falls as Justin Jenks will get a chance to run again. Courtesy runner for the catcher.
Running at first base, number 19, Justin Jenks. Now batting, number 7.
Braxton Dill will get a chance to bat. Dill got hit by a pitch in the 3rd, laid down a sac bunt for an RBI in the 4th, so has not had an official at-bat in the ballgame so far this evening. Braxton Dill officially 2 at-bats on the year, still looking for his first hit of the summer with the Docs. Low and outside for ball 1. Braxton Dill from Glide High School, second-team All-Stater. Hit .448 during the spring season with the Wildcats as another pickoff throw to check on the courtesy runner Justin Jenks. 24 RBI, 21 walks, 20 stolen bases for Braxton Dill as he takes a 2-0 count. Playing in right field tonight. We've seen that with Jeremiah. Sometimes, guys, the position you play during the spring, not necessarily the position you'll play during the summer with Legion Baseball. 2-0 count goes to 3-0 as Gavin Graham bounces one in. Sebastian Watson is the guy I can think of. Sebastian Watson and Sean Rigsby is another guy that was an infielder by trade during the spring season and then would play in the outfield during the summer with the Docs. It worked out well for Rigsby, who's now back helping coach as ball 4 taken by Braxton Dill, still without an official at-bat in this ballgame as he gets on base with the walk.
The next batter for the Doc Stewart, number 9, Eli Jacobs.
2 runners on with 1 out. Jenks moves to second, running for Hubbard. Dill on at first, and now Eli Jacobs will bat, the left fielder, 0 for 1 in the game. Flew out to center field last time up. And stepping off the rubber, Gavin Graham. So Sebastian Watson, he's playing at second base here tonight. That's, I think, partly because they're a little short-handed with some of their infielders right now for the Docs. So first pitch, Jacobs, line drive, left field, gets in. They're sending Jenks around third. He's heading to the plate. The throw will not be in time. And up to second base goes Jacobs as all the way to third goes Dill. It's an RBI single for Eli Jacobs. moves to second on the throw, and the Doc Stewarts will add another run here in the fifth inning as Eli Jacobs continues to have some really nice at-bats here this summer. So Jacobs at second with the RBI single. Justin Jenks scored from second. Braxton Dill goes first to third on the ball to left field. Top of the order, Carson Dunn batting. 1-0 count for him. Dunn hits one in the air right side. Could be a chance to drive in a run. Caught by Cook. Heading for the plate. The throw not in time. Gets away from the catcher to the backstop. Banking up the play. The pitcher will make sure that another run won't score. Dill comes in on the sac fly. Jacobs tags and moves to third. So Dunn picks up an RBI. There's two down. It's now 8-0. Doc's in front. At third base is Eli Jacobs and Sebastian Watson batting. So Watson at second base tonight, but he will play in the outfield when Docs are at full strength. They'd use him in the infield as well, I think, but they like that they can put him in the outfield some as well. Saw that with Sean Rigsby, who was an infielder at South Umpqua during his high school days, but played in the outfield and ended up, he kind of stuck there going into the college ranks, if I'm remembering correctly. Would keep tabs on what Sean was doing. He got a chance to play a lot of college ball. Was excited for him there. He's back home this summer, and he's helping coach some of the developmental teams at the younger level. 2-0 pitch is low, 3-0 count. Sean is a guy I'll always remember fondly, getting a chance to watch play and see what he did beyond his time here in the Umpqua Basin. Always surprised me with the power he ended up developing as he strike is taken on the outside corner by Sebastian Watson, 3-1 pitch. One of the many names that have come through the hallowed halls of Doc Stewart's baseball through the years. 3-1 delivery is low for ball four, and the inning continues here in the bottom of the fifth. Watson will get on base for a third time. He's been walked twice and a single in there as well. Runners on the corners. 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. Docs with 2 runs in so far, leading 8-0 over Klamath Falls. There is an arm throwing in the bullpen for the Falcons. That is Devin Lobdell. Cade Johnson steps into bat. Had an RBI triple in the fourth inning. Takes the first pitch, ball 1. It's kind of cool. It's a cool brotherhood of guys that get a chance to put on the jerseys and support and represent the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. It's a pitch low, 2-0 count. Talking with Jeremiah Robbins, he loves to bring up that it's all about the name on the front, not the one on the back. As a time called, out to the mound will go a visit for the coaching staff for Klamath Falls. It's about the name on the front of the jersey, not the one on the back. And just earlier in a conversation in a pregame interview that we've had, he says, these are friendships you make for a long time. He mentioned he's 50 years old. I'm not trying to call him out. He mentioned himself. He's 50 years old, and he still is good friends with some guys that he played with back in his day. And so they're friendships you make for a long time. And as the guy that's been here calling games for the last almost a decade of doing Doc Stewart's baseball, this is my 9th season. Started 10 years ago. There was one summer I missed in there. So it's my 9th season, but I've done that over a span of 10 years. And there's been some fun names I've gotten a chance to call and that I've gotten a chance to watch and see what they do. So it's been a lot of fun. It's a 2-0 count. They make a move in the middle of the at-bat. New man on the mound is Devin Lobdell. We'll talk more about it as we get a quick 60-second break as the Doc Stewarts lead 8-0 over Klamath Falls here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
And we welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field after a call to the pen brought to you by brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you've been thinking about switching up your insurance coverage, making a change, well, it's time to get in touch with Chris. He's got over 10 years of experience with the insurance game. Chris can make sure that you're getting the coverage you need at a price that fits your budget. Auto, home, life, and more. Contact Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. So in the middle of the at-bat to Cade Johnson, they bring in a new man on the mound, and it is Devin Lobdell that'll take over, and he misses inside for ball three of the at-bat on the first pitch by Lobdell. So it's a 3-0 count. Runners on the corners with 2 outs, and that one hit him. It would have been ball 4, but it'll be a hit by pitch for Cade Johnson. We'll get on base for a third time, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. So Lobdell comes in, tried to work the inside corner, and ends up getting Cade. That'll bring up Jace Johnson to bat. First pitch, breaking ball from Lobdell, gets away from the catcher. Coming in to score is Eli Jacobs on the wild pitch. So a 1-0 count for Jace Johnson. Everybody moves up 90 feet. At third base will be Sebastian Watson. Second base, Cade Johnson. Jace Johnson at the plate. Now 9-0. Doc's in front. 1-0 pitch, low and inside, 2-0 count. Count. Lobdell trying to get the final out here in the 5th inning. Misses low and inside again. You can see where he's wanting to go with his pitches. He just has not been able to hit the spot he wanted. 3-0 pitch to Jace Johnson. A walk would load him back up again. And there it is. We are loaded again here in the 5th inning. So a hit batter and a walk for Devin Lobdell. As he comes in here in the 5th inning, they send Nathan Baker back out to the bullpen, but he will be the catcher as they send Jaden Backer out there to play catch with him. First pitch swinging for Evan Corbin, rolls to shortstop, fielded by Eula Ford, flips to Mark Carpenter to retire Jace Johnson at second base. And that will get Klamath Falls out of things here in the 5th, but once again the Docs will send 9 hitters to the plate for a second consecutive inning, and this time they will score 3 runs, and they lead it 9-0. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Docs in front of Klamath Falls on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
First batter for the Falcons to lead off the top of the sixth inning.
Well, we start out the top of the sixth inning with a new man on the mound for the Dr. Stewarts. It's another call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Jordan White will lead things off on the mound, throwing in a first pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed for strike one to Caden Bolanos. So Ever Lamb is out of the game after 5 innings of work. He's got an opportunity to get a win here today in his first start of the summer. Strike called. It's an 0-2 count for Bolanos, who is 0 for 1 in the game. He's reached base on a walk and an error. Swing and a miss as Jordan White will fire in 3 straight pitches for the strikeout. That is the first for him, and it is the 9th strikeout for the Docs pitching staff. Strikeouts brought to you by One Peak Medical. Drew Rabel will bat. Rabel 0 for 2 in the game with a pair of strikeouts. Reaches, pokes one. It is a short hop, fielded cleanly by Sebastian Watson. Great play by the second baseman. Not an easy one to snag. There's 2 away. It'll bring up Jacob Cook. Cook is 1 for 1 in the game with a single back in the 4th. I'll get you the final line on Ever Lamb as the first pitch low from Jordan White. 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts in his first start for the Docs. The 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0 count to the lefty. The 2-0 count goes to 3-0. Out of the windup, White delivers the 3-0 pitch low to Cook, who will draw a walk, gets on base for a 3rd time. Just the 3rd walk issued by the Docs pitchers.
Next batter, number 15.
So with 2 down, a man gets on base for Klamath Falls, trailing 9-0 against the Docs. First pitch swinging for Tyler Harper. High in the air, out to left field. This one will one-hop the warning track and over the fence for a ground rule double for Tyler Harper. Gets a little bit of momentum going for the Klamath Falls Falcons. One hopped off the warning track in left field. Jacob Cook is held up at 3rd on the ground rule double. So runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 away. The 5 and 6 hitters getting some momentum against Jordan White, who worked pretty quickly through the first 2 batters he faced. First pitch swing and a miss to the lefty Owen Sheen. Strike 1. The 0-1 count. Swung on and fouled away. Strike 2. Oh, 0-2 pitch for Owen Sheen, who is 0 for 2 in the game. Jordan White steps off the rubber. We'll reset. Swung on and missed, and there you go. Jordan White will get out of things here in the 6th inning, leave 2 runners stranded in scoring position. Strikes out 2 and gets the Docs through the 6th inning. No runs on 1 hit. There was no Docs errors and 2 runners left on base. Go to the bottom of the 6th, 9-0. Docs in front big over Klamath Falls on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
To lead off the bottom of the 6th inning, number 20, Daniel Withers.
Daniel Withers, for a third consecutive inning, will get a chance to lead things off for the Docs as they've sent 9 hitters to the plate in the 4th and 5th innings. Withers will face the new pitcher, Devin Lobdell, who has struggled to find the strike zone in his short amount of time on the mound. He misses on the first pitch to Withers for ball 1. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Air, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. The 1-0 pitch outside for a 2-0 count. Withers has hit the ball hard to the outfield but has not been able to get one to drop in for a hit. It's credited with an error. Back in the 4th inning. The 2-0 pitch. He takes low for ball 3. So the Docs looking in good shape to trying to go to 1-0 in the tournament and going back above 500 on the season at 3-2. The 3-0 pitch is taken for a strike by Withers. Three balls, 1 strike to the leadoff man here in the 6th. Withers gets behind a pitch, high in the air, foul territory, drifting towards the Docs dugout, and it'll hit off the roof of their dugout down the third base side for strike 2 against Withers. Docs will be playing tomorrow against Portland Eastside, which lost 9-4 against Corvallis earlier today. Three balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball left side, gets by into left field, and there it is. Daniel Withers now has his first hit of the season for the Doc Stewarts, getting the call up by Pepsi today, from Pepsi today, and playing for the Docs at first base. Daniel Withers, a ground ball through the left side, his first hit in a Docs uni. So runner on at first with nobody out. Knox Hubbard batting for a 4th time of the game, had a triple back in the 4th. First pitch from Lobdell misses low and outside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch from the righty outside to the lefty. Two balls and no strikes. With a man on at first base, not even holding them on over there with the lefty at the plate. Count goes 3-0 for Knox. .3-0 count to Knox Hubbard. And there's ball 4. So another walk issued to the Docs batters for Knox. That's his second here in the contest. Courtesy runner will come on. Justin Jenks yet again.
The next batter, number 7, Braxton Dill.
That is the 9th walk in the game for the Doc Stewarts by the Klamath Falls pitchers. And again, throwing in the bullpen is Jaden Backer, who might get a chance to come out and throw First pitch does hit the corner for strike one to Braxton Dill, who is still without an official hit in this ball game. Hit by pitch, walked, and a sac bunt for an RBI. Out to center field for Dill. That one going right to Bolanos, tagging and heading for third. Will go Withers. He'll get in safely. So Daniel Withers moves up 90 feet on the fly ball out by Braxton Dill. One away, runners on the corners. And the 9-hitter Eli Jacobs will get a chance to bat for the fourth time tonight in the contest. Jacobs with a single his last time up. 1 for 2 in this contest. Lights on. So we make our way towards the evening here in the Umpqua Basin. A 1-0 count for Jacobs. It's been a cloudy day and a few raindrops from time to time here throughout the day in the Umpqua Basin, but clouds have really been kind of blocking out the sun for the most part, so maybe you're getting a sunset over on the horizon. If you are, it's probably a good one. As a ball fouled off by Jacobs, 1-1 count. Tomorrow they'll be starting not too early, 11 o'clock in the morning. Boss Baseball taking on the Medford Mustangs at 11. 1:30, it's Klamath Falls and Corvallis. 4 o'clock tomorrow, Fairfield and Withnell. And then wrapping it up with the Docks and Portland Eastside. As another ball out in front of it, Eli Jacobs fouls it down the third base side for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Back in to the box for Jacobs, the 9-hitter in the lineup for Coach Jeremiah Robbins. Lobdall delivers, bounces it to the backstop, coming in to score. Dan Withers will do so standing up. And it's a 10-0 ball game, and that'll do it. Docks will finish it out there. There is a 10-run mercy rule. I wasn't sure if it was in effect or not in the tournament, but it appears to be so. Wild pitch comes in to score the final run of the ball game. Daniel Withers makes it a 10-0 victory for the Dock Stewarts in 5 1/3 inning of work. So the Docks will go to 3-2 on the season, 0-2 for Klamath Falls. We'll come back with your post-game show, a 3-minute break, and the post-game show coming up next on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Right back here at the ballpark tomorrow. Drive safe.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Remember the good old days when you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller, when businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Welcome you back here to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. Joey Keyran here with you. Today's game was sponsored by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. And by Tim's Appliance at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing, always available. Well, the Docs get a big win, 10-0 to finish out day one of the Father's Day tournament here at Champion Car Wash Field, presented by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Docs put the hurting on Klamath Falls. Final numbers on the board: no runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 10 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Doc Stewarts. So that's Klamath Falls and then the Doc Stewarts there as we check your final look at the Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Shop local at Garrettson Building Supply for all your home improvement and outdoor living needs. Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for 99 years. Docs, great pitching tonight and timely hitting. Do not allow a run to Klamath Falls. Docs would score 1 run in the third to take the lead, 1-0. That came on a throwing error. Sack bunt by Eli Jacobs moved Braxton Dill, who reached on a hit by pitch. Dill got to second on the sack bunt, but wisely heads up base running. He took third, realizing the defense was out of position. He got to third, but the throw to the bag got away, and that would allow Braxton Dill to score a run to make it 1-0. In the fourth inning, the Docs would add 5 runs on the board. They send 9 hitters to the plate, 5 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. And they would take a big lead in that inning. Knox Hubbard and Cade Johnson both with RBI triples. In the 5th inning, Docs would add 3 more runs on 1 hit. No errors in that frame. Docs draw a total of 9 walks in this ball game and had 2 hit batters. So a lot of free passes, and they take advantage of them. Docs sending 9 hitters to the plate in the 4th and 5th innings alone. And then a wild pitch, scoring Daniel Withers, who led off the 6th inning with a single. He would come in to score on the wild pitch to make it a 10-0 win for the Doc Stewarts. So that's a look how this one played out today. Getting the win, Ever Lamb. Taking the loss will be Nathan Baker. We'll take a look at more of the numbers and name your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game when we come back. So stick around. We got a little bit more coming up as we wrap up the first day from Champion Car Wash Field and the Father's Day tournament here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Well, it was a nice day of baseball here at the ballpark. 4 games in, 4 games done. And now we keep our fingers crossed that tomorrow moves smoothly with expected a little bit of rain in the forecast. We'll keep an eye on that. Had pretty competitive games throughout the day, but the Docs finish it out with a bit of a lopsided win. 10-0 over Klamath Falls. As we wrap things up here, Joey Keyran with you as we finish out our post-game show with a few stats and our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Real quick, want to remind you that if you are looking to stay up to date with things going on with Doc Stewart's baseball throughout the season, make sure you head to Doc Central at 541radio.com. We're working to get the site completely updated with a lot of new information about the team and the season. We keep it updated pretty much every day with new standings and updates on the schedule, game recap stories there, as well as the players on the team. We do have the roster posted on there, plus individual bio pages for each of the players, a little bit of information on them. And then as we talk to the players throughout the season, we'll post those interviews that we do with players on their player bio pages at 541radio.com and at Doc Central. Doc Central is presented by Champion Car Wash. Oh, coming up tonight, Doc Stewart's will take a look at everything for you here. I do want to remind you, tonight's game being brought to you by Budget Lumber. Everything you need for building a house, a garden, or even a deck. Budget Lumber, always striving to be lumber one. Well, for Klamath Falls, just 4 hits in the ball game. Marcos Eula-Ford had a single in his last at-bat. Jacob Cook goes 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a single. Tyler Harper goes 1 for 3 with a double, and Skylar Dotz goes 1 for 2 with a double in there as well. On the other side for the Doc Stewarts offensively, 6 hits in the ballgame. Carson Dunn goes 1 for 2 in the game with a single, a walk, and a sac fly. He finished with a run scored and an RBI. Sebastian Watson was 1 for 2 with 2 walks, an RBI single, and a run scored. Cade Johnson was 1 for 2 with a walk, a hit by pitch, a RBI triple, and a run scored. And then Dan Withers goes 1 for 4 in the game, scored twice, reached on an error on a ball well hit out towards center field, and then also had his first hit as a Doc Stewart with a single through the left side of the infield. Knox Hubbard goes 1 for 2 in the game with an RBI triple, scored twice, although the scoring done by Justin Shinks is the courtesy runner. Let's see, Braxton Dill scores twice, officially goes 0 for 1 in the game, but did have an RBI on a sac bunt, was hit by a pitch and walked. And then Eli Jacobs was 1 for 2 in the game with an RBI single and a run scored. Pitching today, Ever Lamb gets the win. He pitches 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Jordan White finished the game, not a save situation. He pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, walked 1, and struck out 2. Nathan Baker takes a loss. He pitches 3 2/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, hit 1 batter in there as well. Docs walk 9 times, were hit twice, 5 strikeouts only. 10 strikeouts by the Doc Stewart's pitchers. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game, receiving a $25 gift certificate to use at Mountain Mike's. Tonight's player of the game is Ever Lamb. Ever is your player of the game, thanks to Mountain Mike's Pizza on West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg by Roseburg High School and the 124 interchange with I-5. All right, that wraps up day one here from Champion Car Wash Field. We've got 3 more days to go in the Father's Day tournament, and we'll have those games for you. We'll have Doc Stewart's baseball games here on the radio starting at 6:15 the next 2 nights, and then we wrap it up on Sunday with a time to be determined. Coming up tomorrow, it'll be Docs against Portland Eastside, again starting at 6:30, pregame at 6:15. If you want to catch more baseball, tomorrow you can start out at 11 o'clock as Medford hosts Boss Baseball. Then Klamath Falls and Corvallis at 1:30. Fairfield and Withnell from Salem at 4. So there's a list of your games coming up tomorrow for the Father's Day tournament. We will talk to you guys again tomorrow. That'll wrap it up here for us. I want to say thanks to all the teams making the trek here to be a part of the tournament. Great field, and we look forward to more great baseball coming up tomorrow. I want to say thanks to head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the Doc Stewarts for allowing us to bring you another season of Doc's baseball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Abby Knight back in the studio for the radio production here this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll talk with you guys tomorrow night, starting at 6:15 with your pregame show as the Docs take on the Portland East Side team, and that one starts at 6:30. Pregame at 6:15 right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.